Hi, welcome. So, you're new to fasting, you've done your research, you're interested in doing it, but you just don't know how to start. This is a video where I hope to help you out with that. So, what we're going to cover today is my history with fasting, on the basis of which I can give you this advice, helping you understand if you are actually a good candidate for fasting or not, and we'd end with the strategies for beginners on how they can start fasting. So I started fasting since 2017. The main reason that convinced me was the brain health benefits of fasting. We'll do another video on all the reasons why I fast and the benefits of fasting in my view for the right candidates. But in this video, we won't be focusing too much on that. And I went through two phases in my fasting. So from 2017 to 2022, I did a lot of 24 to 40-hour fasts. The happy state for me was actually eating a dinner on Sunday, followed by a dinner on Monday, or breakfast, lunch, or Tuesday. The most I did was a little less than 3 days. I made a lot of mistakes in this initial phase of my fasting. And then after 2022, I hit a new phase with all-time highs when it came to my fasting duration after 2022. So I did my first 7-day water fast, and this was in the midst of a very stressful job that I held in 2022. This was a big mindset shift for me, where fasting went from a certain number of hours to actually now being in a week, and that was a big step change. In 2023, I followed that up with a 26-day water fast, and then just last week, I ended a 2-week water fast. So this is the video that actually convinced me to try fasting. You can find a link below to this video. Highly recommend anyone who's considering and evaluating whether they should fast or not to watch this video. It's less than 17 minutes, totally worth it. A very, very good introduction to fasting. So phase one, are you the ideal candidate for fasting or not? Please remember, I'm not a doctor. These are just my learnings and what I've learned based on a lot of experiences and a lot of research that I've done. So these are a few categories of people who should not be fasting. Sorry, as much as I love fasting, this is a deal breaker, I would say. Anyone less than 18 in age, so anyone who is not yet an adult, should not be fasting. If you are taking medication, then videos like mine are not tailored for you, at least at this stage. Talk to your doctor, right? If you're having like something which requires you to eat food, a medication that might have side effects, please don't fast. Any women who are pregnant or in the process of breastfeeding, again, cannot be fasting. This has an impact on their health as well as that of their baby. And if you have less than 10% body fat, so you're extremely lean, don't do it. This is where a lot of issues start happening with fasting. If you have eating disorders as well, sadly, this could actually be exacerbated by fasting, so look out for this. All right, so for someone who is an ideal candidate for fasting and you are ready to do this, I want to emphasize that it's all about the mindset when it comes to fasting. So just listen to your body. There is no competition over here. You're doing this for yourself and the benefits that you expect to get from fasting. If your body says end a fast, that's okay. End it. Build up stamina for fasting. Treat this like any exercise. If I don't run a marathon, I'm not going to wake up tomorrow morning and try to run a marathon. I'm going to build up to it over weeks, months, and years. It's exactly the same with fasting. Right? It took me years to go from like a 12, 24-hour fast all the way up to a 26-day water fast. So take your time, right? If you've been eating a lot of meals every day, going one meal or two meals without eating, that's also already a big accomplishment for you. So build up the stamina. Pick the right day to start. If you have something stressful going on in your life, or if it's the weekend and you want to go out with your friends and family, don't fast on that day. Pick a day where it's very easy for you to do it. For me, Mondays seem to be easy days to fast because I don't have any social plans typically for Mondays. It's just getting into the office and working. So pick that right day, that right slot for you. As I mentioned earlier, it's okay to end your fast. You set up the intention to start a fast. A few hours in, you're not feeling good, you've changed your mind, something has come up. It's okay to end your fast. You can always start again tomorrow. And this is one of the biggest benefits when you're fasting is sleep, right? It's a bonus. When you're sleeping, you're actually fasting because you're not eating. let's say you go to bed at 10 p.m. and wake up at 6 a.m., you're already 8 hours fasting. So that for me is always fun, is that I get these bonus hours for free when I go to sleep during a fast. The challenge is totally in the mind, right? You'll see very soon that your body is not actually hungry, it's a mental game. You feel like you should be eating because you see others around you eating, and a lot of the struggle is psychological. It's all in the head. So take your time, enjoy it, and work on these mental challenges. And sadly, don't tell people you're fasting. It's going to feel life changing, it's going to be amazing for you, you're going to enjoy the accomplishment. But at least when you start off, don't tell people you're fasting. This is a meme that highlights it, right? You can spend your whole life eating a lot of garbage and bad food in vast quantities, but people don't tell you to stop. But the moment you tell the world that you're fasting, they will think you're going to die. People will quote this with concern for you and how they're well wishers. But it's going to be extremely stressful for you because you're already doing something which is a bit of a challenge to you and is adding some stress to your normal way of existence. So don't tell people you're fasting right now, right? If you are at the office and people are asking you why you aren't eating lunch, just tell them, hey, I had a very heavy breakfast today, right? I don't like to lie, but in this context, do it. It'll make life easier for you. And then as you're more comfortable with fasting, as you've gone through this process and you know what you're doing, then you might want to talk about it with some people as you go forward, especially your family if you're living with them. So, strategies on someone who is new to fasting. I think this is why a lot of you are here. I would think about this in a few phases. So, phase one, if you've never fasted in your life, skip one meal to start, right? So, most of us out there are eating, say, 3 meals a day. Some people are also snacking in the middle. So, let's go with the assumption of someone who eats breakfast, lunch, and dinner, 3 meals a day. Initially, just go one meal without eating. Try this on a few separate days. So go without lunch one day. See how your body reacts to it, right? So you've had your breakfast, just skip lunch, and then you know in a few hours you will be eating dinner. So try that a few times. The next time you try this, skip dinner, right? And then the third or fourth time you try this out, just skip breakfast. So skip separate meals, but try skipping just one meal a day. Once that's feeling comfortable, skip 2 meals a day, right? And if someone eats 4 or 5 meals a day, this is going to be more of a challenge for them. Do it. Skip 2 meals a day. Again, try this for a few times, build up, and do this over a few weeks, over a few months. This is just making sure that you start realizing that you're okay with fasting. Nothing bad is happening to you. You will survive. And then once you've gone through phase one and two based on how many meals you do, phase three is just eating one meal a day. In my case, what works really well is eating just dinner every day sometimes. So by doing this, you kind of get in a 23-hour fast roughly, assuming that you sit down and eat over 1 hour. So this would be something like eating dinner on Sunday and then directly eating dinner on Monday. So the mental thing here is quite easy. You are still eating every single day. You've just spaced out the time between these meals to now be around one day. And that's awesome because you got 8 of those hours for free with your sleep, by the way. You've just gone 2 or 3 meals without eating. And yeah, this should be quite easy. And your body will start adapting to this quite easily. Phase 4, try doing a 36-hour fast, not day, 36-hour fast at this stage. One that works well for me is eating dinner on Sunday and then directly having breakfast or lunch on Tuesday. So by doing lunch on Tuesday, I'm already about 44 hours actually. So based on how you feel, try this out. And by the way, when I've done this, I have continued to go to the gym on Mondays. My workouts have actually been better in a fasted state. So take it easy, go through your own variables, test it out. Next phase would be a 48-hour fast. So something like eating dinner on Sunday followed by eating dinner on Tuesday. Also, if you're someone who loves eating breakfast and that's the most important meal for you, then have breakfast on Sunday and then breakfast on Tuesday. And then phase 6 is 72 hours and beyond. The reason you want to get to 72 hours as someone who likes to fast and is gaining from this is that a lot of the benefits that you accrue from fasting hit their maximum at 72 hours, and then those benefits continue to accrue for every additional hour or day that you do fast. This is why someone like me likes to do a 7 day, 15-day fast. But it's all about getting to that 72-hour mark. And if you're not able to go beyond 72 hours, so basically doing a 3-day water fast a few times is actually amazing for you already. The next thing on strategy is, as a beginner, only stop eating food, I would say. Don't go after any of your other addictions at this stage, right? Don't eat any foods. I would also avoid having any artificial sweeteners. They actually make it much harder for you to go through with the fast. So, yes, even though Diet Coke and Diet Pepsi and things like this or chewing gum have no calories in them, the artificial sweeteners will make it extremely hard for you to finish the fast. Try it out if you don't believe me, but that's my tip. For medium level fasters, try to stop some of your addictions. And by that I mean caffeine and nicotine, right? Both of these I've normally continued with during a fast because they don't have calories. So they don't end your fast. But try to work on some of these addictions as well. That's a medium level in my view. And then an advanced is water only. So here there's a lot of prep. It's actually about stopping to eat food, but also giving up these addictions of caffeine and nicotine. So that's the order in which I do it. For the longest time, I would say I was only beginner over here, where I continued to carry on with my caffeine and nicotine habits. It's only in recent years that I've started to actually work on these habits. So, this is also another dimension when it comes to fasting. Take your time. Some normal symptoms that you will see during a fast. So, don't be alarmed. I might have not covered all over here, but some of the big ones are covered here. Hunger. Look at your hunger. It will come and it will go. Just start observing your hunger. I would say typically when you get hungry, it's going to last for about 60 to 120 minutes. That's it. 1 to 2 hours. Go for a walk, have some water, do some intensive work, do something to distract yourself during this phase. It will go away. Two, you're going to go to the bathroom a lot. You're going to pee a lot, right? That's normal. Your body is shedding water. So just drink more water. And it's okay. Stay close to a toilet. If you're going to be out a lot, that's probably not a good day for you to do your first fast because this is going to definitely happen. You will lose a lot of weight and it's going to come back, right? So if you do a 1 day fast, you're going to shed like anywhere between a half and 1.5 kgs, but that's mainly the water weight that's being shed by your body. That will come back. Your body is still benefiting. So don't do this for the weight loss, do it for all the other benefits for your body. The body will get a break and it's going to thank you for it. First 2 days are normally the hardest part in a fast initially. So the more you fast, this actually becomes quite easier. Your body starts switching into ketosis a lot faster. Ketosis is when your body starts burning fat for energy rather than burning glycogen. That's what you normally get by eating carbohydrates in your normal day-to-day diet. So as someone who's been fasting for many years, my body finds it very easy to go into ketosis. Also, I know that transition and I don't get tired. But if you're new to fasting and you've never gone a day without eating food, this will be hard the first few times that you do it. You might get a bit of a headache. You might not feel that good, but it's okay. Just push through it. It will get easier the second, third, fifth time that you try to do a fast. Your sleep quality might decline. For me, fortunately, that is not a case, but a lot of people report sleeping only 5 hours instead of 8. They might have some disturbances when they're sleeping compared to normal, but this varies person to person. At times, I've also felt slightly acidic when I'm doing a fast. I drink water and normally it's okay. So that's something to look out for as well. These are danger symptoms. Again, not exhaustive, but if you're seeing anything like this, end the fast. It's not worth it. So, one, if you faint or feel extremely lightheaded, that's a bad sign. End it. It's not worth it. Heart palpitations, right? Your heart starts pounding really fast. Again, that's really not a good sign. End your fast. If you have severe body aches as well, I would say that's not a good sign. Slight body ache, some niggles here and there, fine. And when I say end a fast, ideally end it with something which is, say, a fruit or some vegetables, some healthy fats. Don't end it with chips and like junk food. Don't do that. That's a mistake I've made many times. Don't do that. And just listen to your body. If something is not feeling right, end your fast, and start it again the next day if you want to, or after a few days when you're mentally prepared. And then there's a lot of fun symptoms as well. So as you do longer fasts, as you start getting into this territory, you're going to see some really fun things happening. Your skin looks a lot clearer and younger. This is one of the most visible things for yourself, and you will see friends and family telling you your skin is glowing. This happens all the time. If you feel my skin is glowing, I just did a 2 week water fast that I ended last week. I feel like it's a lot better right now. Energy levels are tremendous. You will start seeing how much better your energy levels feel once you fasted for a few times. Um, this is actually one of the things I look most forward to when I'm doing a longer fast. Smell is extremely heightened. You smell things very clearly during longer fasts. And the mental clarity is just amazing. This is one of the key reasons why I do a fast. I can think clearer, I get so much more done in much lesser time. And then my relationship with food improves. My cravings for junk food get reduced massively. I actually enjoy eating healthier food the more I've done fasting. So I get a lot of these gifts from fasting, which is why I keep going back to it. So look out for these, and you might have some other fun ones. Share with me over here. And then some quick tips and tricks for someone who's going through a fast. Just drink a lot of water. If you normally have one bottle like this a day, have two or three. You should be drinking about 3 liters of water a day, especially when you're fasting, or a little bit more. But don't drink too much. Don't go to like 10 liters of water a day. You can actually have harm when you go and start having an insane amount of water as well. So don't do that. But definitely try to target about 3 liters a day. Slightly more or less is fine. Have mineral water. This sounds a little bit crazy, but sometimes when I'm not feeling too good during a fast, just having water with minerals like bottled water does help. Maybe it's psychological, but the minerals in it seem to give me energy. So try that trick out. Also, pinch of salt and water, amazing. So if you're feeling like crap, just add literally a pinch of salt in water, mix it up, and chug it. You will get some energy by doing that. And also, as another last resort, if you're in a bad shape but don't fully want to end the fast, just try having a teaspoon of coconut oil or ghee or some fat like that, right? Uh, Maybe olive oil as well. I haven't tried that, but I have definitely done coconut oil and ghee in the past. 1 teaspoon, it will give you energy, and the benefit is that it won't throw off your insulin levels, right? So it's not sugary. You're not going to have a massive blood sugar spike, and having 1 teaspoon should not end your fast. Don't have more than that. This is hard to do, but at times better than ending a fast. And I watch a lot of motivational videos when I'm fasting, right? There's a lot of these guys who I like to follow on YouTube, and I like to keep remembering why I actually started the fast. So somehow this gives me a lot of energy during a fast, and hopefully you gain the same benefits as well. So yeah, that's a very quick intro on how you can start fasting. As always, thank you. Stay healthy, enjoy your fasting journey, and please leave any comments if you have questions for me that I can try to address for you. Thanks a lot. Bye.